She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
The hosts of The View have once again found themselves in the middle of a media storm. But this time, it's different. Before we dive in, let us know where you are watching from, and subscribe us, please, and stay till the end. Also, subscribe this channel. The very thing that they frequently critique, hypocrisy and double standards, has come back to bite one of their most prominent figures. Joy Behar, a co-host with a long history of controversy, has suddenly and shockingly exited the show, sparking wild speculation. What happened? Was her departure the result of a legal battle that's gaining traction? The rumors surrounding her exit have dominated the headlines, with many now wondering if this is the end of an era for The View. The drama began when Behar made a comment during a heated debate that quickly went viral. She took aim at Karoline Leavitt, the press secretary for former President Donald Trump, in a way that many found not only offensive, but hypocritical. In a contentious discussion, Behar suggested that Leavitt had secured her high-profile role based purely on her looks rather than her qualifications. Specifically, she said that, according to Trump, Leavitt was a 10. The remark, which reduced Leavitt to nothing more than her physical appearance, sent shockwaves through the media. To make matters worse, it seemed at odds with Behar's long-standing stance as a vocal advocate for women's rights and empowerment. The backlash was swift. Audience members gasped, her co-hosts exchanged uncomfortable glances, and social media erupted in fury. Critics from both ends of the political spectrum were quick to condemn
She's probably been put in there because, according to Donald Trump, she's a 10.
And degrading. It was a bitter pill to swallow, especially considering Behar's reputation as a champion of feminism. Her comments seemed to contradict everything she had stood for throughout her career. Initially, Behar shrugged off the criticism, dismissing it as an overreaction, something she had faced countless times before. After all, she often prided herself on her blunt, unapologetic style. But this time, the situation escalated beyond the typical media storm. What began as another debate on The View soon became the center of a full-blown scandal, drawing in legal experts, celebrities, and countless media outlets. Karoline Leavitt, not one to back down, didn't just issue a public statement condemning Behar's words. Instead, she took a more dramatic approach, filing a lawsuit. The legal action accused Behar of defamation and character assassination. According to Leavitt's team, Behar's remarks were not only false, but damaging to her reputation. The lawsuit painted Behar's words as malicious, aimed at diminishing Leavitt's credibility and standing in the public eye. The timing of the lawsuit, coupled with the public outrage, thrust ABC, The View's home network, into a crisis of its own. Legal experts soon weighed in, debating whether Behar's comments could be considered slander and whether ABC would be held accountable for airing them. Speculation spread quickly. Would the network be forced to issue a public apology? Would Behar's time on the show come to an end? For the first time in years, the future of The View seemed uncertain. The network found itself walking a tightrope, torn between defending one of its most outspoken hosts and addressing the growing public and legal pressure. Behind the scenes, The View's staff was reportedly divided. Some stood by Behar, defending her right to speak her mind and challenging the public's response as overblown. Others, however, were quietly acknowledging that the situation was spiraling out of control. Sources revealed that ABC executives were in crisis mode, holding emergency meetings to figure out how to handle the escalating situation. They were considering various options, including suspending Behar, demanding a public apology, or even cutting ties with her altogether. Despite the mounting pressure, Behar remained defiant. She refused to issue a formal apology, claiming that people were simply overreacting to her comments. But with the lawsuit gaining momentum and the public's anger growing, it became increasingly clear that Behar's position at The View was under serious threat. Executives at ABC, already concerned about the network's reputation, were facing a difficult decision: protect their longtime host or protect the future of the show. At this point, it was no longer just about Behar's controversial remarks. It was about the integrity of the show itself. The View had long prided itself on being a platform for strong, diverse voices, but now it found itself caught in a web of legal issues and public outrage. Fans, critics, and pundits alike speculated on how ABC would handle the crisis, and whether Behar would be forced out. The storm was intensifying, and no one could predict where it would lead. Then, in an unexpected twist, ABC made its move. In a shocking announcement, the network revealed that Behar was leaving The View. The news sent shockwaves through the media, with some speculating that she had been fired due to the controversy, while others wondered if she had chosen to step down on her own terms. The timing of the announcement, coming so soon after the lawsuit was filed, led many to believe that ABC had made the decision for her. The network's official statement was vague, offering only that Behar had decided to step away, and that they wished her the best. Public reaction was divided. Some celebrated the news, claiming that Behar had finally faced consequences for her controversial remarks. Others, particularly conservative commentators, saw it as a victory against media bias. Meanwhile, some liberals expressed disappointment, feeling that one of The View's most outspoken hosts had been pushed out. As the dust settled, one thing became clear: Behar's exit marked the end of an era for The View. Her departure left a massive void on the panel, one that ABC would now have to fill. But the bigger question loomed: could the show ever recover from the controversy that had rocked its foundation? Would Behar's departure change the tone of The View, or was this just the beginning of a larger shift in the show's future? With the lawsuit still hanging in the balance and the network scrambling to recover its reputation, the story was far from over. The fallout from Behar's exit had only just begun, and many were left wondering what would come next in this increasingly tangled saga. Would ABC settle with Leavitt, or would the case go to trial? Would Behar try to fight back, or would she quietly fade from the spotlight? And most importantly, could The View survive this scandal, or was this just the first sign of a much larger downfall? The exit of Joy Behar from The View has sparked a firestorm of speculation, and it's clear that the drama surrounding her departure is only intensifying. What many left a gap that would be hard to fill. But it wasn't just the loss of Behar that had viewers concerned. It was what her departure represented: a potential shift in the direction of the show. Could The View continue to be a platform for bold, unfiltered discussions if it had to conform to public opinion and legal pressures? Was this the beginning of a larger trend of sanitizing the show in an effort to avoid further controversy? If you like this video, then subscribe this channel.